This place isn't on the circuit. It's not the first, second, or even 10th name that comes up when you think of South America. Suriname. A small country tucked away on the northeastern coast, a pocket of quiet between its neighbors. It's a place defined by its water, by its immense breathing forest. From above, the rivers are like slow-moving veins of bronze, cutting through a green so deep it almost looks black. The land feels ancient, untouched. This isn't a country that screams for your attention. It whispers. It waits for you to lean in closer, to listen to the stories that unfold far from the crowded tourist trails, in the gentle rhythm of its daily life. Few people make the journey here, and maybe that's the whole point. This isn't a destination you conquer, it's one you surrender to. Your journey begins, as most do, in Paramaribo. But this is no sprawling concrete metropolis. The capital city feels more like a large town that has gracefully aged by the water's edge. Its soul is in its architecture, a unique collection of Dutch colonial wooden buildings, painted in soft whites, painted in creams, painted in pastel shades. The sun catches the steep roofs, making them shine against the tropical sky. Walking the streets here is like stepping into a different era. Old, grand houses with shuttered windows and wide verandas, newer, more modest shops side by side with them. The rhythm of the city is calm, almost sleepy during the midday heat. People move with a purpose that is never hurried. They gather by the waterfront, with the Suriname River as a soothing backdrop. Vendors set up small stalls, charcoal grills sending plumes of fragrant smoke into the air. Here, you get your first taste of the country's incredible fusion of cultures: Hindustani roti, Creole pomme casserole, Javanese fried plantains. Grabbing a coffee at a small cafe becomes an experience, a chance to just sit and watch the world go by. Life unfolds on the streets. Music drifts from an open doorway, the upbeat pulse of Kaseko. Music drifts from an open doorway, the soulful melody of a Bollywood song. The city wears its history openly, a mosque and a synagogue standing side by side. Easy, everyday interactions between diverse people. This is where you calibrate your senses to Suriname. To truly understand Suriname, you must leave the city behind. The paved coastal roads soon give way to worn dirt tracks, and eventually, the road disappears entirely, replaced by the river. The Suriname River, the Kodica, the Marawine. These are the real highways into the country's soul. Boarding a cordial is a rite of passage. The boatman expertly navigates the slow, wide waterway, its surface like polished glass under the morning sun. The engine provides a steady hum as the city's sounds fade, replaced by the calls of unseen birds and the gentle lapping of water against the hull. The river is a lifeline, a conduit for people, goods, and stories. Small communities perch on stilts. A man casts a net with practiced grace. Children wave and leap into brown water with joyous abandon. This is where the drone becomes essential. Sending it up, you rise above the canopy. The perspective shifts dramatically. You see how the river carves its path, patterns of the current, sandy islands that appear and disappear, hidden clearings where villages lie tucked away. It captures the vastness, showing how small the human footprint is. As the day wears on, the river becomes a ribbon of liquid gold. The journey itself becomes a meditation. Deep in the interior, accessible only by these river highways, you find the villages of the Maroon people. Their story is one of incredible resilience and strength. They are the descendants of Africans who escaped the coastal plantations centuries ago, fleeing into the formidable rainforest to build new lives in freedom. They fought for their independence and created their own communities, preserving the traditions, the languages, the spiritual beliefs. To visit a Maroon village is to step into a living history, a culture that has endured against all odds in the heart of the Amazon. The villages are simple and deeply connected to their surroundings. Wooden houses with thatched roofs or tin, often shaded by a large ancient tree. The welcome is warm, genuine, and unhurried. You might be invited to sit, to share a piece of fruit or a cool drink. Here, oral tradition is paramount. Elders are the keepers of knowledge, songs, stories, genealogies that stretch back generations. The drum beats are slow, deep, and powerful, a visceral connection to a distant homeland, a sound that seems to rise from the very earth itself. We keep the camera steady, letting scenes unfold, intricate carvings on a paddle, skilled hands weaving. children transfixed at story time, then laughing and running free. In their smiles, in their songs, in the quiet dignity of daily life, the Maroon people share a powerful story of freedom that resonates deep within Suriname. Pushing even further inland, away from the main river arteries, into the denser parts of the forest, you encounter the original inhabitants of this land. The indigenous peoples of Suriname have lived in harmony with this rainforest for thousands of years. Their knowledge of the ecosystem is encyclopedic, passed down through countless generations. Their villages are smaller, secluded, blending seamlessly into the jungle. To be welcomed here is a privilege. A walk with a local guide is a lesson in seeing. What looks like an impenetrable wall of green is a pharmacy, a hardware store, a pantry. They point out a vine with drinkable water, a leaf to soothe an insect bite, the bark that makes a potent medicine. They show faint trails and the tracks of a young hunter, a living science, a holistic worldview where humanity and nature are one. From the air, a vast, unbroken canopy, then a wisp of smoke, a small circular clearing, a patch of cassava. The drone shows communities within the forest, not dominating it. It's a visual of a light footprint, a sustainable existence for millennia. Back in the village at dusk, we are invited to share a meal, to taste fresh-baked cassava bread. We sit and listen, simply being present. This life stripped to essentials. Family, community, and a deep respect for the land. Well, it really stays with you. Traveling back towards the coast, the landscape transforms. The dense rainforest gives way to open, cultivated land. You find yourself in a different world altogether. This is the domain of Suriname's Javanese community. Their ancestors arrived from Indonesia as indentured laborers over a century ago. Their culture, their religion, their distinct culinary traditions. They turned the coastal plains into fertile farmland. Their presence has added a unique and flavorful layer to the Surinamese identity. The feeling here is one of order, tranquility, deep-rooted tradition. The rice paddies stretch in neat, geometric patterns, vibrant green reflecting the sky. From above, the land looks like a green and gold quilt, meticulously stitched together by generations of hard work. We stop to talk to a farmer, hands weathered from a lifetime, who speaks softly about planting and harvest. Life dictated by seasons and rains. Young rice shoots are transplanted by hand. Backbreaking, essential. His story is about heritage and a link to a distant homeland. In a small warung, we taste nasi goreng and perfectly grilled satay. Flavors complex and balanced, sweet, savory, and spicy. Comforting, yet exotic. It's a culinary bridge spanning continents and generations. Food here is more than sustenance. It's the glue of community, a delicious expression of identity. If you want to feel the true pulse of daily life in any Surinamese town, you go to the market. Markets are the beating hearts of the community, chaotic, vibrant, captivating. It's here that all the country's diverse cultures converge, a symphony of colors, sounds, and smells. The air is thick with fresh fish, sweet mango and papaya, earthy spices and herbs, and the savory promise of hot food cooked before your eyes. The spectacle is overwhelming. Bright red peppers, green okra, purple eggplant, and exotic fruits you've never seen. Hands arrange rambutan and mangosteen with care. Vendors move with practiced efficiency, weighing, making change. Cleavers thud, fishmongers call the day's catch. The place is constant motion. A close-up lens is your best friend. Sustainable banana leaf wrapping, a shopper's scrutiny, a child's delight at a sticky, sweet bite. You don't need a fancy restaurant to eat well. Here you can try everything. A bowl of palm from a family recipe, perfectly seasoned fried fish, and mangoes that taste like sunshine. Every purchase is a chance to connect, to ask for a local name, to share a smile. It's in these simple, delicious exchanges that you feel the warm, welcoming spirit of the country. One of the most remarkable aspects of Suriname is the peaceful coexistence of its many faiths, born from a complex history of migration. You'll find Hindu temples with brightly painted deities standing not far from elegant mosque minarets or a simple church steeple. Diversity here is identity. We ask for permission, filming quietly. In the mandir, incense and flowers perfume the air. In prayer, faces glow with devotion. In a mosque, geometry dazzles and reverence hums. These are living centers of community, treated with the respect they deserve. This spiritual heritage extends into the home, especially the kitchen. We're invited in as an elder cooks. She shows turmeric for color and health, cumin for earthiness, coriander for brightness. The kitchen is a fragrant ritual. Family histories are told through recipes. A grandmother's roti, now passed to a granddaughter. We learn to roll coconut and condensed milk into small sweets that melt in your mouth. The food is a connection to the past and an act of love. In Rising Steam and Careful Folds, we see how culture is kept alive, handed from one generation to the next. As our time in Suriname comes to an end, we find ourselves drawn back to the water. All journeys here seem to begin and end with the river. A small pier at dusk becomes the perfect place to watch the day's last breath. The sky blooms gold, then purple, then deep blue, mirrored in the river. The air cools and fireflies begin their dance. Engines fall silent. A dog curls on warm planks. A woman folds her net, movement slow and deliberate. The river seems to breathe, a deep sigh over the land. This is the quiet Suriname offers, a restorative peace that sinks to the bone. Our goal was never to create a tour guide. It was to capture a feeling, to show a place that doesn't clamor for attention, but rewards a quiet heart and open eyes. We used the drone to reveal epic scale, and the camera up close to honor the human element. A child's laughter, an elder's wisdom, a hand preparing a meal. In blending the vast and the intimate, the true story is found. A country of small surprises and deep connections, many languages and flavors, one spirit of gentle resilience. A journey here is a slow walk, a soft listen, discovering paths the maps don't show and stories the guidebooks never tell. As the moon rises over dark water, we feel led in on a beautiful secret, one to share, respectfully and with care. This is Suriname. It waits for you. It asks only for a calm step and a kind heart.